Ladies and gentlemen, gamers of all levels, and those of you who just clicked on this link by accident, welcome to my brand new YouTube channel. I'm beyond excited to have you here. This channel is all about diving headfirst into the adrenaline-fueled chaos of PvP arena battles. That's right, we're talking about epic showdowns, glorious victories, and a few moments that might make you question my sanity. My main quest? To obtain the legendary Quintus. Yes, folks, that elusive warrior who's basically the unicorn of this arena. I'll be documenting my journey, complete with triumphs, hilarious fails, and probably a few rage-induced rants that my future self will regret. I'm thrilled to have you here on this unique journey where creativity meets technology. I'm Faceless, and I'm all about exploring the exciting world of gaming. Now, you might be wondering why I've chosen to create a channel without showing my face and using an AI voice. Well, for me, it's all about the content. I believe that what really matters is the ideas and experiences we share, not the person behind the screen. This format allows me to focus on delivering high-quality gameplay and insights without distractions, giving me the freedom to experiment and innovate. In the real world, I'm just your average Joe. You know, the kind of guy who blends into the background like a wallflower at a party. When people rave about how amazing a party was, they look genuinely surprised when I mention I was there too. Apparently, I have the stealth skills of a ninja. And let's not even talk about my real voice. People say it sounds like a high-pitched scream, like someone just got their hands stuck in a doorway. So while I might not steal the spotlight in real life, at least I can bring my gaming adventures to you without any auditory shockwaves. My account is a low-spender account. Most of my spending has gone to the monthly gem pack. I've managed to fuse Mikage and a few +1 legendaries, along with a handful of 6-star blessings and some 5 stars. I think many of you can relate to having a late-game account at this level as a low spender after years of playing. I hope my channel gives you an inside look at what life is like as a low spender, navigating the challenges of competing against players with bigger budgets. Tonight's matches have already been played, and the plan is to break them down together. I'll share my thoughts on bans and point out where I probably messed up, because let's be real, I'm still a noob when it comes to this part of the game. I'm counting on you all for some tips and insights to help fast-track my climb to Quintus. So, grab your snacks, join me in the arena, and let's unleash some chaos together. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can witness every epic fail and victory dance. Let's go get Quintus. In this first fight, we're up against a player with a seriously strong team. My initial thought, I need to go first if I want a shot at winning, so I decide to ban his Arbiter. But too late, I realize my Sci-Fi, who's my fastest champ, is the obvious ban target. That leaves me stuck with a 280-speed Armans, who doesn't stand a chance against the opponent's blistering speeds. At this point, I'm holding my breath, hoping my stone skin luck is on my side tonight. But that hope quickly fades when the high elf dude hits me hard. When my second Armans finally gets a turn, I'm left with a tough choice. Do I sheep one of his champs, or go for the stun lock on his entire team? This dilemma pops up a lot for me, and most people say to go for the sheep. But this time, I decide to stun everyone since both of his nukers have high turn meters. Unfortunately, that plan backfires big time, and instead of locking down his team, my Armans ends up as the sheep. Not exactly the outcome I was hoping for. So what do you guys think? Was there anything else I could have done differently in this fight? In the next fight, I realize I actually have a good shot at winning the speed race, since my opponent seems to be setting up for a go-second team. I decided to ban Mikage to avoid getting crowd-controlled and to make sure my stone skin buffs stay up as long as possible. As expected, I win the speed race, and the power of Armans really shines in this match. Having two of them taking turns back-to-back shows just how OP he is, forcing my opponent to rage quit pretty quickly. In the next fight, we're facing a player with a go-first team. I decided to mix things up and I try catch him off guard with a Teox and Cavalax combo. I still chose to ban Arbiter, just in case he bans Teox. To my surprise, he took the bait and banned my Armons. When Cavalax enters the battle, he quickly applies the poison debuff on the enemies, boosting Teox's turn meter and giving him an instant turn. Teox unleashes devastating hits, taking down everyone except for the pesky myth chicken. My confidence in securing the win is soaring at this point. However, that myth chicken starts building up a ton of time, allowing the Monkey King to keep respawning over and over again, which puts me in a precarious situation. This is a perfect example of how a strong tank combined with the Monkey King can turn into a significant threat, even against a team that otherwise seems to have the upper hand. This fight drags on for a long time, but I catch some luck with Syfy, preventing the Monkey King from hitting me after he respawns. To my surprise, the Myth Chicken has a resurrection ability when it takes someone down, leaving my team in a tough spot with 2 heroes down. Fortunately, we have a fast Syfy with a powerful resurrection spell that brings Teox back with buffs and turn meter. Now I'm faced with a choice. Go for an AoE attack or hit one of the opponent's heroes with a single strike. I decide to target Makaj with a triple single hit ability to build up some attack power. After that, I plan to unleash a big swing on the rest of the enemy team. At the same time, our Monkey King self-resurrects and joins the fight. To my surprise, he can't take down the Myth Chicken with his strongest attack, even with 6 pieces of merciless gear and solid stats. At the same time, his Monkey King responds. I manage to put him to sleep again with my Syfy and decide to focus on taking down the Myth Chicken first, planning to finish off the Monkey King last. I try not to kill the Monkey King since he responds with a full turn meter. By keeping him alive, I'm in a stronger position to control the battlefield and keep a closer eye on him. I know my Syfy is very fast, so the chances of him getting a turn are low with her outpacing him. This fight demonstrates how a seemingly one match can quickly turn around. I learned a lot about the Myth Chicken in this battle, and now I know his name is Nice the Shadow Thief. Believe it or not, the last battle of the night ends up being even more intense than the one we just had against the Myth Chicken, Nace. Blinded by how fun Teox and Cavalax were in the last fight, I decided to pick both of them again. Banning Syfy would force my opponent to face Teox and Cavalax, and leaving them in play could create a lot of trouble for them. By disrupting the combo of Teox and Cavalax, I would secure my Syfy in the fight, as she's my strongest support hero. This strategy has been working quite well for me at times when it doesn't fail miserably, of course. As for the ban, I choose his Armons, as I believe he could disrupt my team the most. I know Siegfried is incredibly strong, especially with his passive ability that saves him from death. So this fight won't be easy to win. I also notice he has some pretty tanky heroes, which means it's likely going to be tough to take down his team. As you can see, he chose to ban my Armons. Now Teox and Cavalax are ready to combo again, giving Teox an instant turn. I decide to use Teox's big AoE attack now, saving his triple hit for later in the fight. Syfy secures a lot of protection buffs for my team with her 9-piece set, and I'm feeling optimistic about the fight at this point. That optimism lasts only until Siegfried unleashes his devastating blow, taking down everyone on my team except for Syfy. With her incredible speed, Syfy manages to resurrect Teox, just as their Monkey King respawns again. At this point, I'm tempted to leave the fight, but I remind myself that I'm still recording a video, so I decide to stick it out. At this point, I'm analyzing which heroes pose the biggest threat to my team, and I decide to take out the Monkey King since he's about to get a turn. I then take down his Medusa, knowing that Siegfried will unleash his Mad Angel power on me afterward. As expected, Siegfried manages to fully resurrect his entire team, leaving them with an unkillable buff. I'm feeling pretty certain this is going to end badly for me at this point. But I choose to keep playing and use Saifi's A1 on the Monkey King to prevent him from attacking me. I then use Teox on the Samurai Harima, hoping to crowd control her and praying to the RNG gods for some help. Teox gets petrified from the attack, but the ally attack activates the Monkey King, who fortunately stuns Harima with his A1, which saves me from certain death. Saifi is now back in rotation, and my concern shifts to Siegfried, whose turn meter is building up quite quickly. The RNG gods are once again on my side, securing the sleep on Siegfried and giving my Monkey King a turn. However, the result isn't what I was hoping for, as my Monkey King gets petrified from the hit, leaving a full team of enemies still alive. Saifi is back on her turn, and at this point, I'm pretty sure the match is over. However, I decide to try my RNG luck and use her A1 again. And once again, Saifi manages to put the Monkey King to sleep. After Medusa does very little, Saifi is back up thanks to her speed. She now secures a lot of buffs for my champions. Harima then strikes, but once again, luck is on my side, leaving my Saifi standing with almost no health. Saifi takes her turn again, and I decide to resurrect Cavalax, which looking back might have been a bad decision since he doesn't contribute much to the fight at this point. Teox is back up, delivering solid damage and leaving the enemy with just Medusa and Siegfried, with their Monkey King and Harima now dead, but I know that the Monkey King will haunt me again. As expected, the Monkey King comes back to life. Once again, Saifi shines with her speed, securing another lucky A1 sleep on the Monkey King. From here on out, I decide to focus on killing Siegfried and saving the Monkey King for last. What initially looked like an early GG turned into a win, thanks to some huge RNG luck. I learned not to give up too soon in this fight, and that adopting a who is most dangerous to my team approach can sometimes secure a victory, even when things seem bleak. So tonight we managed to climb around 50 points. I showcased the most interesting fights in the best way I could think of. Any tips or suggestions on what I could have done differently in these battles would be greatly appreciated, as I'm trying to improve my gameplay in hopes of one day obtaining Quintus. The road ahead is tough, especially when facing myth chickens and armored angels. Now that I think about it, it might have actually been a myth raven instead. If you enjoyed this video and want to help bring my content to life, please subscribe and like. I hope you enjoyed this faceless performance. It was a pleasure bringing it to you. Stay safe until next time. Best regards, Faceless.